In March, I decided that I'm going to start a new book every single day, even if I haven't finished one the day before. So let's talk about the books I've started and how it's going. Last week, I checked in saying that I had started my reread of Bloodmarked, The Bones Beneath My Skin, and Code Word Romance. I did finish all of those, and there are mini reviews up for the first two. This one, I'll have a mini review up next week. But I highly recommend all of them. Super quick. Start with Legendborn. These are YA, action packed, have a lot of like historical cultural significance, but is also like very, very fun. The Bones Beneath My Skin is way more thriller than any of the other TJ Klunes, unless you've started with Wolfsong in that series. But you get your found family. It's amazing. Definitely check the content warnings though. And then Code Word Romance is a super light, fluffy. I feel like it's kind of like a spring break vibe. She goes undercover as the youngest European prime minister, and her CIA handler is her ex, the one that got away, her first love, and, forced proximity, all that good stuff, action, but like fairly lighthearted and cozy. So I'm currently in the middle of 8 books, but these are the three I have physical copies of. First is A Gentleman's Gentleman. I'm like 60% of the way through this. It's pretty lighthearted, but also deals with like a lot of identity exploration and is an and transgender romance. It's a historical romance, and I'm really enjoying it. These two are just like, I love them so much. I would recommend this even if you don't normally read historical romance, and if you're participating in the transgender rights readathon, then this is perfect. I started Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Leese. I loved all the Bergman brothers, and so I'm excited to get to know the Wilmot sisters. And this one is a Much Ado About Nothing retelling. It is like, if you don't like when the characters start out being like actually mean to each other a little bit, kind of rude, not necessarily for you, but I'm having a good time with it. I'm reading a KU book called Trick. And this is like a dark, spicy romantasy where the court jester is um, falls for a princess of another area that they're in. They have seasonal courts, and she's the princess of autumn, and so we see most of the chapters through her perspective. And in this, the like head court jester is also like part of the council and like helps make decisions. Like it's a very interesting setup and like a very different world than I've read before, even with like the seasonal courts that happen a lot. Really good. Highly recommend it, especially if you have Kindle Unlimited. I'm reading A Paradise Problem, which is another one I consider kind of a spring breaky or summery read because they have to go on vacation together. They're a couple that were in a marriage of convenience that ended, except legally hasn't ended yet. And he's like, I need you one last time to pretend to be my wife because my whole family has thought we've been married for the past 5 years, and my sister's getting married, and you have to come. So if you don't like a setup that's that outrageous, not for you. Otherwise, if you're a Christina Lauren fan, it's very fun, and I'm excited to read more of it. I'm about 25% in. Here's where things get dicey. I usually try and make sure my books feel very, very different. And I'm reading 3 romances right now, and 2 of them are second books in the series, which I'm concerned about. But so far, it's going okay. So, this is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom series. If you're an ACOTAR girly, this is like the one series that has given me ACOTAR vibes, actually, where like the romance is almost the most important part, except you don't have like a Feyre type character. You have more like an Aelin type character. So if you're into that, highly recommend these. The second book is just as good as the first. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm having a great time. Then I'm reading Vow of the Shadow King, which is the second book in a 3-book series that starts with Bride of the Shadow King. And this is like fun because I don't know. I saw someone do a video where they're like, what if all of our romantic girlies weren't badasses? What if some of them were damsels in distress? And if you like that vibe, this series is a little bit more that vibe. She does have some like powers, so she's not completely like useless, but it's just a little different. And I lied. I have one more that I have a physical copy of. I started a buddy read of Viscount in Love because the sequel is coming out in about a month. And this is juicy, angsty. Like, I tend to like really kind characters that have never done anything really wrong in their life. And this is way messier than that. So if you're like a fan of the deep end um, character stuff, not necessarily like the kink-based stuff, but the relationship drama. I think you're going to like this. I'm only about 10% in, so I'll let you know when I finish it. Oh, and then the last ones I forgot about were also Kindle Unlimited. I just finished, I think it's the 6th book in the Ice Home series, which is the spinoff of Ice Planet Barbarians. It's Devi's Distraction. It was so cute. If you haven't jumped into the Ice Planet Barbarians series, I feel like by like the 3rd or 4th book, you really know if they're for you or not. And I know that like, oh, just wait it out. 3 books. It sounds hard, but definitely if you don't like the first 2 books at all, like you're not gonna like them. But they just get like more cozy and a little less like problematic of how the characters start out together. That's what I have for you. Yeah, I host reading sprints Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday on the photo app in just like a little channel so no one has to be on camera. We can all be cozy together. And on Tuesday, I decided to read one chapter of all of the books that I've been reading, and that was an experience. I don't know if I'm going to do it again because it made my brain very tired, but it was also very fun. So, yeah, it's going well so far.